My name is Sarah, and today I'm going to tell you one of the most shocking revenge stories I've ever come across. It's about a man named Zane, who thought he had found love, until one message changed everything. Zane was 31, a calm, hard-working guy living in Karachi. He wasn't the party type, more of a coffee, books and quiet night kind of man. His girlfriend, Alina, 28, was the complete opposite. She was loud, social, and always chasing attention. They had been dating for almost a year, and while things had started out great recently, it felt like every day was turning into an argument about commitment, marriage, and timelines. Then, one Thursday morning, while Zane sat at work reviewing his monthly reports, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Alina that read, "I'm 8 weeks pregnant. You better prepare to pay child support for 18 years. Zane stared at his phone, frozen. Pregnant? That was impossible. 2 years ago, after surviving cancer, he had gone through surgery that left him sterile. His doctor had told him straight. 0 sperm count, no chance of fathering a child naturally. But Alina didn't know that. He'd never told her, maybe out of embarrassment, maybe because it just never came up. Zane didn't reply right away. Instead, he simply texted back, "Let's talk in person tonight." Alina responded instantly, "No games, Zane. I'm keeping this baby. You're going to be a father whether you like it or not." He replied calmly, "Okay, come over at 7. We'll talk." She agreed, but added, "I'm bringing my cousin just in case." Perfect, he thought. Witnesses would make it easier. That evening, Zane left work early and went straight to his apartment. He opened his drawer, pulled out his old medical file, and placed it neatly on the table. Inside were the hospital reports, blood tests, and fertility results, all proving he was sterile. He even made fresh copies just in case. Then he called his friend, Adil, who was a lawyer. Adil told him to record the conversation, since in their province, one-party consent made it legal. "And don't sign or agree to anything," Adil warned. "Just stay calm." At exactly 7 p.m, the doorbell rang. Alina walked in with her cousin Samra, both wearing the kind of smiles that looked less friendly and more victorious. Alina even wore a t-shirt that said Mom-to-be. She sat confidently on the couch, crossed her legs and said, "I did the math. You'll be paying around 150,000 rupees a month in support plus expenses." "Congratulations, Daddy." Zane didn't react. He just looked at her calmly and asked, "When exactly did we last? You know?" Alina rolled her eyes. "Why does that matter?" "Just answer," he said quietly. "Maybe 6 weeks ago. 7. Why?" Zane leaned back. "You said you're 8 weeks pregnant." Alina frowned slightly but shrugged. "Dates can be off by a week or 2. Doesn't change anything." Zane smiled faintly. "Actually, it changes everything." He opened the folder and slid a few papers across the table. "What's this?" Alina asked. "My medical records. Read them." She flipped through the pages. At first, she looked confused. Then her face went pale. Her cousin leaned in to read, then looked back at Zane. "What is this supposed to mean?" Zane said calmly. "It means I can't have children. I was treated for cancer 2 years ago, and the treatment made me sterile. There's no way this child is mine." Silence. Pure, deafening silence. Then Alina's face twisted, tears welling in her eyes. "You're lying! This is fake!" she screamed. Zane stayed calm. "There are 3 test results there, from 2 different labs. You're free to call them." Samra snapped. "Even if that's true, she's pregnant. You should still take responsibility." Zane gave a small laugh. "Responsibility for what? For being manipulated?" Alina's voice cracked as she whispered, "I didn't mean to lie. I didn't know who else it could be." Zane leaned forward. So, there's someone else? She looked down. Maybe one or two. I was confused, Zane. You were distant. I thought maybe if you thought it was yours, you'd finally commit. Zane felt anger boiling inside, but he stayed composed. So you tried to trap me into fatherhood? She started crying harder. I didn't know what else to do. You could have told the truth, he said. But you chose to lie. Alina stood up, furious now. You think you're so perfect? You kept secrets too. You never told me about being sterile. Because it wasn't your business until you tried to scam me, he said quietly. Now it is. She stormed out, dragging her cousin along. But that wasn't the end. The next morning, Zane woke up to dozens of missed calls and a flood of notifications. Alina had gone public. On Facebook, she'd posted a picture of her belly and wrote, Some men talk about love, but run when it's time to be real fathers. She didn't name Zane, but her friends knew. They filled the comments with insults. Coward. Deadbeat. Shame on him. Someone even made a post tagging Zane's company. Women should know who not to trust. Zane screenshot everything and sent it to Adil. Perfect, Adil said. She just gave us evidence for defamation and harassment. But things got worse. Alina called Zane's workplace, pretending to be a reporter, and accused him of coercion. HR summoned him for questioning, but when Zane presented the medical proof and recordings, they sided with him. Alina's lies had officially backfired. Then came the biggest twist. A week later, Zane got a message from an unknown number. Hey man, I'm Bilal. I just wanted to say I'm stepping up for Alina's baby. She told me she was single when we hooked up, but I'm ready to be the father. Zane replied, Good luck, man. Hope you're ready for a DNA test. 10 minutes later, another text. Hi, this is Rizwan. Alina says I might be the dad. Can we talk? Zane just shook his head. There were multiple men, none of whom knew about each other. Within days, screenshots of their arguments leaked online. People started realizing Alina wasn't the victim she claimed to be. The internet turned on her fast. Wait, so she tried to trap her ex while sleeping with other guys? One comment read. She's the scammer here. Her reputation crashed overnight. The fake GoFundMe she'd created, Help a Single Mother Abandoned by Her Partner, was reported and deleted. Her friends stopped defending her. The final blow came when Alina's mother, furious, showed up at Zane's apartment, banging on the door and yelling, You ruined my daughter's life! Zane calmly recorded everything and called the police. They escorted her out and issued a warning. Adil filed a restraining order the next day. Weeks later, when the child was born, the DNA test confirmed Zane wasn't the father. Not even Bilal or Rizwan. The real father turned out to be a married gym instructor named Daniel. When his wife found out, she filed for divorce and sued Alina for destroying their marriage. The entire situation collapsed on her like a house of cards. Zane, meanwhile, focused on rebuilding his peace. He stopped checking social media. He focused on work, therapy, and healing. One evening, sitting on his balcony with a cup of tea, he received a final message from Alina. I know you hate me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I have nothing left. Zane didn't reply. He just deleted the message and whispered to himself, You reap what you sow. In the end, she lost everything. Her reputation, her relationships, her dignity. While he gained something priceless. Peace of mind. And that, my friends, is why you never try to trap someone with lies. Because truth always finds its way to the surface, no matter how deep you try to bury it. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more real-life revenge stories. Because here, every story has a twist, and karma always collects her due.